Our next presentation comes from Total, Mr. Jean-Jacques Mosconi, who is the SVP of Refining and Petchems, the Amiral project. Thank you very much.
Salam alaikum. Good morning. Good afternoon, I would say. I'm very proud to present to Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this fantastic project we are leading with our friends of Aramco, and especially, I know he's in the room with my friend Fayez Sharef, who is a co-leader with myself of this unique project. And I will try to show you why unique is not only a word, it's really a reality which is behind this fascinating project, which will become a wonderful achievement, we hope. And we do everything for that. Where does it come from? Everything starts with the first successful partnership between Aramco and Total, which is a SATORP refinery. So this is a view of SATORP by night. It's always more beautiful to show it by night than by day. And so you will see why this was the first milestone of this great story which is happening between these two major companies. It started by 2005. At the beginning, Total was not known very well by Aramco. There was a very nice opportunity in the area to build a very complex scheme. And there was immediately between the two companies a syntony to build something efficient and resilient together. So by 2005, we signed an MOU. Then we went to a joint venture agreement in 2008. Execution of the project between 2009 and 2013. And then comes the startup in 2014. Very good execution of the project. So you know that the shares are in this proportion, 62.5% for Aramco and 37.5% for Total. A massive investment, of course, $13 billion. This is one of the most complex refineries in the world, and this is one of the most profitable refineries in the world, ranked always in the first three cash per barrel refineries. And we are very proud of this achievement. So I was involved from the very beginning in this large project. After the startup completion date, this is very important for the shareholders, was declared in June 2016. What does it mean, completion date? This project was financed through, of course, equity from the shareholders, but project financing from international banks. And among the $13 billion of investment, you had more than $8 billion of debt coming from international banks. So completion means that once the banks feel this platform is working well and everybody is safe, they accept to release the shareholders from the guarantees they have given from the start of this project. So for Total and Aramco, it's simple. We were released of $3 billion of guarantee and 5 for Aramco. Of course, it was the first major success. The other success came very soon after that, because it was the first dividend generated in 2017. It's not always obvious to generate a dividend when you have a bunch of debt to be paid back, but it worked very well. And then, of course, once the mood is there and you see that the platform is successful, it gives the will to the two partners to debottleneck the refinery. And now we are even targeting 480,000 barrels by 2024. It will be a major milestone. Just ahead of Amiral, I'm going to talk just after that. It's a top quartile refinery, one of the best in the world. close to the heavy crudes produced by Aramco, a full conversion process, no fuel oil, absolutely no fuel oil, only middle distillates and gasoline. And I have been operating in refining in my life. I can tell you that this is a real pleasure to see a machine like that, because it's a Ferrari. I'm not saying that I was used to drive not good cars. I don't want to be misunderstood, but when you discover a Ferrari, you are happy, because I had good cars, but I had not a Ferrari in my previous life, so that's what I want. No misunderstanding, please, and don't repeat it internally in Total. And of course, $1 billion of free cash flow over 2015-18, and I would like to highlight what already made this success very unique is the strong alignment from the very beginning between the two partners on everything. Of course, vision of market evolution. This was absolutely necessary to have an agreement on the configuration of the scheme, because the configuration of a refinery is a translation of the vision of the market the two shareholders may have. It was the case. A very similar industrial operations philosophy, of course, safety first, but also a strong push on the availability of the platform, always there, and a financial policy, a strong alignment from the very beginning with the project financing scheme I have been talking about, but also for the dividends policy. And this was a real pleasure to have this alignment from the very beginning. And of course, it gives the will to go further. I must acknowledge that from the very beginning, Aramco wanted to have a petrochemical extension of SATORP. By the way, in SATORP, the P means petrochemical. But there is a production of paraxylene, but it's not a big chemical component versus, let's say, the fuel oil component. Now we are talking about something much bigger for petrochemicals, and finally Total agreed to relaunch this study, which is not more than a study, with Aramco to build this unique project, which is called Amiral. So Amiral is exactly the same partnership than Aramco and Total. 62.5 and 37.5%. It's something between $5 and $6 billion. It's a very large mixed feed cracker, and the originality is that a big chunk of feedstock is coming from the refinery itself. In a way which is original, we have so-called off-gases from the refinery. These off-gases are energy for the refinery, but for the cracker, it is a feedstock. But of course, then comes a discussion with the minister, because if the refinery is giving these off-gases to the cracker as a feedstock, the refinery must be compensated for the energy which is lost. That's why you have an injection of gas in the refinery to compensate the off-gases, which will be a feedstock of Amiral. We have also naphtha and other feedstock. All this is giving this very large mixed feed cracker with 1.5 million ton a year of ethylene. 1 million ton will be dedicated to polyethylene units with advanced double loop technology, which is a Total Chevron technology, Total CPChem technology. And then comes the originality of the project, because this ethylene will not go into another PE unit, or this propylene will not go into a polypropylene unit. It will go to feed high-level investors bringing state-of-the-art technologies in the kingdom, and I'm coming back to that. That's what we call this phase 2. The integration between the refinery and Amiral is also at the core, and the cracker is at the core of the project. SATORP will supply key feedstock to the cracker. Amiral cracker hydrogen will go back to remove sulfur from cuts of SATORP. And of course, the two plants will merge their common services to, of course, generate synergies and a lot of benefits to the two entities. It's one of the major drivers of this project, this close vicinity with SATORP and the possibility to integrate the two activities and the two sites. And now comes what makes this project unique, which is that the cracker will feed a very large hub of specialty chemicals. We are strongly committed, when I say we, it's of course Aramco and Total, strongly committed to bring downstream of Amiral significant investment coming from third parties. These third parties are all leaders in their area, technologies. They are all technology leaders. So I can talk today about those who we signed MOU with, and those who made also public announcement on that. Let's start with INEOS. Our friends of INEOS are in the room, I think. So I will not describe too precisely the products they intend to produce, because I'm a bit concerned to be quickly ridiculous when I describe their very nice products. So, but I will try. Don't be too harsh with me. So $2 billion of investment announced by INEOS, linear alpha-olefin, polyalpha-olefin. So linear alpha-olefin, it's used as a comonomer and also surfactant, and polyalpha-olefin, it's of course for synthetic lubricant. I say of course, but of course, just to show that I have a strong control of this knowledge. Acrylonitrile, this is a $600 million investment. Acrylonitrile, it's even bigger, let's say. I'm sorry, Peter, I'm not supposed to disclose the amount of investment. So acrylonitrile, of course, it's, I won't say, Nick, don't worry, I won't say the amount of capex, but it's coming from propylene, and you know this is a key molecule to produce fibers and ABS, acrylonitrile, butadiene, styrene. And it is a core molecule at the start of an added value downstream chain. We hope that this project will attract other downstream investors in the kingdom. So this is a strong signal of INEOS as a group to show its interest in the kingdom, and the first investment in the Middle East area by this big chemical player. Another key project, of course, is also announced by our friends in Korea from Delim. It's a polyisobutylene PIB unit. It's known for being used as an additive for fuel and lubricants. It's more than $300 million investment. Very competitive unit. We visited their plant in Korea. Then we have Veolia, which is a key player in all this organization, covering two activities: energy recovery, waste treatment, and also wastewater treatment plants. Veolia will collect all the wastewaters of the actors in the value park of Amiral and in Amiral itself. And this is not over. We hope to sign with other players very soon. And there is one I would like to say that we are close to sign the MOU, which is Arlanxeo, the affiliate of Aramco, working in the elastomers business, and we are very happy that they join this club of high technology players. So thank you to all these companies to show their interest in the kingdom and to Amiral. This is a very important step. Just a word, everybody knows the situation, but the way it is located, you have Amiral on the just north of Satorp, so that's why you will have a lot of synergies between Amiral and Satorp, and you have the conversion park where these major investors will be located, which will be just on the west side of Amiral, so-called Block 11. And of course, everybody knows that the infrastructures of Jubail is very well equipped with a port, industrial port of King Fahd industrial port, and also a commercial port for containers. But I would say this is very important for companies who know Europe and US, where locations are often congested. Here, this is a pleasure. We have room to put major equipments and major investments. Why is it a unique investment opportunity for these investors of high added value chemicals? First of all, it's embedded in Vision 2030, and I will come back to that because you see a strong political will to see these investments happen in the kingdom at any level of the Ministry of Energy, at the Ministry of Industry. You see the strong will, and I catch the opportunity to thank our colleagues in these ministries to help us to develop these partnerships and to understand also our issues when we are facing some issues. This is a key point. Bon, Amiral is a mixed feed cracker. You don't have so many mixed feed crackers now in the world because you have a lot of E10 crackers coming in a wave in the US. But a mixed feed cracker is a unique source to produce multiple derivative developments because, of course, you have C2 like an E10 cracker, but you have C3, C4, C5. So today you have a race to catch these, especially C4 and C5 molecules. And the kingdom is a unique place by also its location, because the kingdom's transportation and logistics infrastructure supports easy access to markets of more than 1.5 billion people. So it's very important for freight opportunities, market opportunities, and this is something which looks obvious, but it deserves to be reminded. And for one of the players I just quoted before, he intends to go to the European market thanks to this new position in the kingdom. The merits of Amiral location in Juba Industrial City. First of all, it's a leading petrochemicals hub. It's becoming the #1 hub of petrochemicals in the world, ahead of Houston. Managed by the Royal Commission for Jubail and Yanbu, you have a specific body who is in charge of managing, landing, permitting. This is a very important thing. You know who you can talk to, because in some places in the world, you are facing difficulties to know who to talk to, especially for permitting issues. It's a home to the largest single industrial project in the world, 1,016 square kilometers, including all these industrial complexes, major harbor, port facilities, very competitive energy supply conditions. I think this is a well-known factor. Friendly business environment with dedicated administrative bodies to attract foreign investment. You have specific bodies who are in charge to not to convince, but to show to especially investors who do not know the kingdom what can be done to ease their prospects or to ease their will of investing. This is a very important matter. And very important thing, efficient and skilled workforce. I would like to say that I have been in the board of Satorp for several years, and I can testify myself of the quality of the workforce in a large platform of 1,200 people like Satorp. And Amiral, of course, will be at another scale. Amiral will be with more than 7,500 employees, covering both Amiral itself, the part supported by Aramco and Total, and also the value park. I just want to remind that Aramco and Total is something between around $6 billion, when the rest will be around $4 billion, but for sure, the $4 billion of downstream investors, of high added value chemicals downstream investors, will gather and will generate more employees than the core of Amiral, supported by Aramco and Total. And this is something which does matter a lot to the kingdom. More than 7,500 employees, Amiral will become a key industrial platform in the kingdom, of course promoting Saudization and contributing to the GDP growth of the country. I would like to highlight also that we intend, with our friends in Aramco, to make Amiral some kind of the plant of the future, was highly digitalized, and what is important, it's linked to the people we will hire and recruit, because this country is very young. You have a lot of young people, and of course everybody is aware that young people are the best support to bring digitalization in the platform, because these young people are born with a digital era. Schedule. So I cannot say it started in April 2018 through an MOU between Aramco and Total, catching the opportunity of the visit of the Crown Prince in Paris, because, as I said, it started earlier. But there was a new key milestone during this visit, and this MOU about Amiral was signed in April 2018. On the basis of this MOU, Aramco and Total worked hard to be able to launch a FEED, Front Engineering and Design, with Technip FMC Rome in November 2018. We are in the phases in 2019 to finalize the layout for the plot. It's not a small exercise. Huh? It's not when I say Amiral plot, it's covering both the parts supported by Aramco and Total, but also all what is linked to the value park, and you have to put all the investors we have been talking about in the right location. Very important milestone this summer. It was a long process, but maybe okay, we lost a bit of time, but it was very important to have a good decision accepted by the two partners. We selected McDermott Lummus. It's Lummus technology for the cracker technology. It's a very important milestone, of course, but since then, the PDP, process design package, were launched to allow us to go to the FEED and speed up to a final investment decision, which should take place around Q3 2021. Then EPC phase, construction, and starting in 2024 and ending 2025, commissioning and startup of all units of Amiral. And of course, all the investors we have been talking about, their own plannings are linked to this planning of Amiral. We are not asking anybody to take its FID before the FID of Amiral. Huh? No, it's not just to put everybody quiet. But for sure, the plannings have to be consistent between the planning of Amiral and the planning of each specific investor. And we have intense discussions on that, which are proceeding well, but it's a core of the strategy of this cracker and the hub of specialty chemicals, which is linked to it. I'm very proud to be in charge with Fayez of this fascinating project. Our teams who are there today, Aramco and Total, are working like hell to keep this planning alive. and we are very proud to bring this in a consistent way with the Vision 2013 of this fascinating country I love a lot. Thank you very much.